It's funny that the hardcore fans always shit on Roman, and I was kind of one of them. And people that thought that was
kind of you were.
I was pretty much
why?
one of them.
And let me, I've never understood that. And then you know what? And I think that to me, the shitting on Roman thing is a black mark on the dirt sheet guys. Okay, because the dirt sheet guys fostered that. That environment of Roman. And bro, if you go to the genesis of Roman of the heat with Roman Reigns, it literally had nothing to do with Roman Reigns.
No.
Nothing to do with anything anything of his fault. The fans in Philadelphia wanted Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns won, and it could have been it, bro. The fact that Roman Reigns won is why he got the heat. Whoever won that match would have been the guy that got shit on. And because wrestling fans kind of like to, and because there's a negative energy, wrestling fans do have trolls that go to the show. Because bro, a pocket of 20 fans can drive the narrative of the crowd reactions the whole night. All they got to do is start some chants and stuff, and then everybody just joins in. You know what I'm saying? So the pockets of trolls kind of fed into that Roman Reigns stuff. And the thing is like this: WWE is pushing Roman Reigns very hard. Okay, his personality obviously just didn't really resonate. But the thing that bothered me about him is that the guy would always kill it. Like on paper, when he was in this, and it's like he always had a good match when he was bothered. Great match.
Absolutely.
He nailed it and everything. And to me, I call it like in politics. To me, it's like the fake wrestling media. The media would just ignore that to continue to say, "Oh, he's not the guy." It's like, come on, guys. You're really going after this guy as a professional. And the guy is a consummate professional, and he's getting all this heat from you guys, and not the guy. It's like I'm sorry. If you have if you have a professional wrestling company, and you're spending your money, and you want to draw money, you want to make money, and you have a team of a marketing team. You look at metrics, you look at stuff and all that. It's like, I'm sorry. Just from the basic math, marketing and making money. If you have Daniel Bryan and you have Roman Reigns. Just on the aesthetics, which is a guy you want to push to try to make the money, okay? And from a booking standpoint, an ownership standpoint, Roman Reigns should be your guy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the wrestling fans, because it's like they're I don't know what they want to do. It's like they kind of want to troll the company by making them cheer for the people that the company knows isn't really going to make as much as the other guy.
Matt,
try to
before you answer, let me just throw this, because it would be disingenuous to say this. Disco's not a fan that pays to go and watch a wrestling match, and he doesn't even follow the product as much as a normal fan does. So when a normal fan is there year after year after year, and they want Daniel Bryan, and the company keeps burying him because they don't like that he's a vegan, because they don't like the way he dresses, because he isn't cool, and they're burying him, and they buried CM Punk, and you got to listen to the fans too. And that was their problem. The fans turned around and they buried WWE. That's what happened at Hell in the Cell too. But go ahead, Matt. That's my opinion.
With the Roman thing, I think it takes me back to Rocky Maivia. It takes me back to when the fans reject someone. It wasn't so much the fans rejected, and this happened before the Royal Rumble in Philly. It wasn't the fans rejected it, is that the company just ignored it. Yeah. And the more that the company ignored it, the more the company ignored Daniel Bryan, the madder the fans got. It was a rebellion against the company more than anything else. And I think as a company, like I said, wrestling's so different than anything else. When Hogan started fading, man, they turned him heel and they drew so much money with the NWO. With Roman, if you were to go back in time when all the dirt sheet guys, as you say, were burying him and saying he's no good, if they would have turned him and had him be in the role maybe that fit him a little bit better, I would dare say they would have made a lot more money with Roman Reigns over the last year.
Of course it did, because here's the only reference point you have for top guys turning heel is you have the Hogan thing, and it led to the biggest success in the history of professional wrestling.
And Rock.
I was there. You got to understand. I was there. Okay.
He ain't the only guy when Randy Savage turned. When a lot of people.
Let me tell you this. You understand. Okay. There was a period of time, and I'd like to ask Bischoff this, right? When we were at WCW and Penzer would be in the ring before the show, we'd be there at a Nitro, right? Penzer would say, "Tonight you're going to see, Randy Savage. Yay! Tonight you're going to see, hey, tonight you're going to see Hulk Hogan's here. bro, booed out of the building, and he was
Yeah.
a babyface, right? And it was kind of embarrassing. Like you'd be around him, and you'd see like he'd be standing there like, oh brother, they don't like me here, like this. But it's like he's being pushed to babyface. WCW didn't really let that go on for long. It's like, hey, we need to turn you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they did turn him, like, and that's the thing that, like, I think
he kind of fought it too. It wasn't like he went along.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing is this, okay? And I'm just surprised that that Vince McMahon is this stubborn, okay? Vince saw what happened in the Attitude Era, and if you look at the Attitude Era television, okay, very character driven, and a guy, baby faces and heels, but if the fans kind of started disliking one of the baby faces, you'd start booking heat on the guy to turn him heel fast because you want the crowd reactions correctly, right? The WWE ignores that. And then, like you're saying, bro, you're not doing good numbers. And I think one of the this is an opinion I have, and I don't know if a lot of people share this, but I think this affects it. When wrestling fans turn on the show, okay, the wrestling fans that have maybe but let's point at me as a wrestling fan. I'm 51 years old, which means I'm right there at the median age right now of the wrestling audience of the WWE viewer. Okay, because we know that the numbers say that half the audience is above 52 and half the audience is below 52. So I'm right there. I'm not watching the show because the show is not getting me. All right, they're not doing stuff to get me to watch on a regular basis. Right, so you need to get my dollar because I used to watch when it was good, and I'm telling you the things I like. When I watch the show, like I'm sure there's a lot of other casual fans like me that engage in the product. Everyone they'll turn it back on, and you turn it on, and you're watching the crowd reactions, and you're confused. You're like, oh, what? Why are they booing this guy? Why are they cheering that? And it's it's a very difficult product for the fans to re-engage in right now because the WWE is not it's not that hard to do. If a guy is getting booed, just turn him heel. That way, it's like on TV, and people are watching. They're seeing the bad guy, and they're booing the bad guy, as opposed to they got the good guy, and they're booing him out of the building. And so fans are confused, and it's very difficult for them to engage. Do you guys agree with that? That might be a problem with wrestling today, and how it's difficult to get the outside fans watching the product again?
I think that Matt. I think that we're talking about a guy that was a creative genius and still in the Attitude Era, when he was in his 50s, he was still on point. It's very hard when you're 70 years old. How old is he? 73 or some shit like that?
Yeah.
You're a 73-year-old billionaire with your own fucking jet, okay? He probably lives in some fucking mansion, right? So he's lost touch with what got him there. And so he's not going, probably if you told him today, hey, do you know who Bad Bunny is? I guarantee you he doesn't know who the fuck he is. Do you know who J Balvin, Ariana Grande is? No, he probably doesn't know anything that's pop culture relevant or cool anymore. So he's stubborn and he thinks that, okay, I built this empire, so it's my way or the highway, not knowing that the business is passing by. I remember one time they told me one of the smartest guys in the business was Jerry Jarrett. And I sat down with him and I talked to him for 1 fucking hour. And I came away thinking one thing. Bro, the business has passed this guy by, because he was talking to me about John Wayne and all this other bullshit from the 50s. And I was like, motherfucker, we're in 2000. And you know what I'm saying?
You want me to tell you? Let me tell you something.
The business can't pass you by. Wait 1 second. The business can't pass you by. And I think it's passed Vince by. And that's one of the biggest problems.